Quiz 611, examining and summarizing distributions. I did ask that you guys practice in the course because this had a lot of definitions and they do a very good job of giving you the opportunity to learn those definitions. For instance, this says the data is not skewed. And you could go even further to say that it is bell-shaped. Ding, ding, ding. Ha, get it, bell. The way you think about it is we're just kind of using we're just looking at the way to describe the data because it helps us draw conclusions. Right now, it lets us know this is pretty evenly distributed. It's a nice little bell shape. Yep, we've got some zeros all the way up to 16. Who knows what this data represents? But it's nice. We call this actually a normal distribution. And it's powerful in statistics. So later on, you'll learn more and more about it. But just remember, bell shape, pretty uniform. And by that, it means, I shouldn't say that. Pretty symmetric. It's symmetric. That's the word I should be saying. So skewed left. Why is it skewed left? Now, remember, we had that conversation about, so let's actually go to GeoGebra here. Let's go take a look at this exploration. We call it skewed. See, right now everything's kind of symmetrical, right? It's kind of symmetrical. But if we start to pull the data, see, it's now skewed right. This one is skewed right. And look which direction it's pulling the mean. It pulls the mean to the right. So the tail, I always think of it as like putty. And you which way is it skewed? Like, it's skewed to the right in this case. So look which way the tail goes to help you understand. So this is skewed to the left, the left. See, the camera's backwards. To the left. This is my left hand. So anyway, skewed to the left because it's pulling it there. The data, the lower part, the little bit of data that's to the left. Let's take a look at one more. Wait, where'd it go? Oh, it's up here. Aha, we're going to call this skewed right because, yep, it goes up, but then look at those little data points. It pulls it to the right. Okay, hope that makes sense. Look for the tail. Whichever way the tail goes, that's the way it's skewed. Look for the data, the little extra data that's pulling it. Try to think about that and let me know if it makes sense. If not, explore what's happening here. Look at the mean. When it's nice and uniform or symmetrical. Then when it gets skewed, look at the mean. Look how fast it moves. Anyway, let's go back. Let's keep going. Let's look at question 2. Which answer best describes? So I always was frustrated with these type of questions because maybe you think, well, it's actually kind of uniform. Look right here. It's kind of uniform. I would argue if you drew a line over each dot, you would see that it is definitely skewed to the right? If we drew this line and we just kind of followed it, we call it the curve. If we follow the curve, yep, we kind of go up like that. Even if we stopped right there, I would say it's skewed to the right. All right. I mean, that's really the kind of ideas we're thinking about here. So let's go on to the next one. This dot plot, remember we were supposed to, each number on the dot plot represents the amount of time, how many time trials were recorded. So we reviewed how to read this. You would count the dots, my friends. Each dot represents one of the time trials. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Boom. They just want to make sure you remember how to read distributions. How to write distributions, what to think about distributions. Let's see, which distribution is the median, the best measure of center? We briefly talked about this. And the reason being is because, again, they're going to give you the better vocabulary and explanations in there. So median is, let's go back. See this? Right now, they're uniform and symmetrical, right? Bell-shaped and symmetrical. The mean is a good measure of center. See, here's a measure of center, the center of the data, mean and median. But when we have a skewed distribution, and I know this isn't a dot plot. But it mimics it. I tried to find one or a bar chart. I couldn't find it, right? We have 9 seconds left. Look how the mean moved. But look how the median stayed the same, even though it was skewed.